Hello everyone, I am Kalyan and I am here to present a book review called Harvard Business Plan. This was a book given by the Harvard Business University. It's a review of press. Let's creating business plan. Why we require business plan? Plan is required for everyone in their life. Then whatever the businesses also need a plan, systematic plan. We have to consider four things while framing a business plan. One is people, opportunity, context, risk and rewards. Why do we need to consider people? People are the main responsible for creating business and effective functioning of the business. Therefore, we have to consider all the people in the society or environment who are responsible for functioning of the business. Next, opportunity. What is the opportunity? Where we have to establish the business? What kind of business we have to establish? In which kind of environment we have to establish? Therefore, we have to consider opportunity and context. Context of the business is mainly dealing with what kind of business it is, whether it is a small scale industry business, large scale industry business, medium scale industries. Therefore, we have to consider context. And risk and reward is the most important point we have to consider while framing a business plan. Risk and rewards. We have to consider the future risk and what are the risks we will face while functioning the business and what are the rewards we may get by functioning the public. Framing a business plan is not it's a very huge task. It is not very easy to frame a business plan because there are many different kinds of business. Each business runs on different estimations, different assumptions, different risks, different opportunities, different contexts. Therefore, each business should have their own business plan. Business plan mainly consists of many components, and among them, first one is cover page. Cover page gives a clear idea of the business, whatever the business setting. What is the cover page? Cover page means let us creating business plan. This book has a cover page because it gives an idea what are the interior context of this book. Therefore, cover page gives a clear idea of the business. Next, coming to the table of contents. Table of contents gives the clear contents about the business, what kind of a business it is. See, mainly framing business plan can be framed only through asking questions to ourselves. Which kind of business, what kind of business, for what purpose we are running the business. And the third one is executive summary. Executive summary gives clear idea regarding the business strategy. How does the executive summary gives clear idea? There are different components under this executive summary. And the first is vision and mission. Vision, where we have to reach in our business. We have to take our business to certain level of quality. That's the vision of the business. And mission states how we will take that, how we will achieve our vision of the business. Therefore, mission and vision are one of the important part of this executive summary. And the second is financial potentiality. Financial potentiality means it represents how the business can grant loans or can improve their financial potential of the business. And the third is advantages. Suppose I am establishing one kind of business, either it may be not existed in the present market. If I implement a business plan and establish the business, what are the advantages I get from that business? That are the executive summary gives clear idea about the business plan. We have to consider these factors under executive summary because executive summary gives clear information regarding my business or your business or whatever the business is. And the fourth is business description. Business description is just similar like executive summary. It is the enlarged extensive form of this executive summary. Under business description, it gives information, name of the business, what kind of a business it is, whether it is small scale, large scale, location of the business, place where it is situated, and what kind of business it runs, what kind of product we are producing, what kind of services are delivering to the customer. And the fifth is, after all this work, and another important component of the business plan is analyzing the business environment. Suppose before starting a business, we should analyze the environment in our present situation. Analyzing our business situation, if you analyze the business situation, there are three kinds of business analyzing. One is industry background. Second is competitive analysis. Third is market analysis. If you analyze the business, And the first component under the analyzing the business environment, first is industry background. What does industry background gives information? Industry background gives information what kind of industry I am running, what kind of product I am producing under in this, what kind of service I am providing this, through this industry. This gives the industry background. And the second is competitive analysis. Suppose if I started one industry, every sector has competitive. From which source we will face competition? What kind of competition we are facing? If competition, what are the measures to be taken in order to avoid the competitive? Next, market analysis. Market analysis is just we know many analysis. What analysis? Market analysis. Therefore, we have to consider all this analysis and frame a market plan in order for the analyzing of business and for the effective functioning of business, and in order to make a systematic business plan. These are the three components under analyzing the business environment. These three components gives clear idea how can be generate a business plan considering analyzing of business environment. And the next is management summary. Management summary. Suppose I have a business, I should have many level of employees in my organization. Then what it gives us two types of, there are under management summary there are two types. What kind of employees I have? So every customer should have knowledge about the employees in my organization. Therefore, under management summary, I give the information regarding the number of employees in my organization, what kind of skills that employees have, and how can they function effectively in my organization. And the second component under the management summary is groups and systematic work of my employees. What kind of achievements have my employees in the organization still have achieved, or what kind of achievements will they achieve in the future. These are the important two components of management. Next, after considering all this, the important task for me is, because if I have any product or service, all this framing the business is to how to bring that product or service into the market. Then bringing product to the market, bringing product or service to the market. This is the important component of the framing a business plan. Under this, operation plan and marketing plan. Operation plan generally deals with operation plan in my organization, marketing plan, how to promote my product or service, and how to bring that product or service into the market. We bring it to the profit. These are the two components under business. And the next is financial plan. Without this plan, I cannot run my business, because it is the main source for generating funds, effective generating of funds, effective utilization of funds. Suppose I generate many funds, and if I keep that funds idle, I don't have any benefits. Because as an effective businessman, I should use that funds in an effective manner for the profitable manner of my business. That is financial. Attachments and milestones. What does the attachment means? Attachment means I will attach my employees' resume in the business plan, because it gives idea regarding my employees in the organization. And the next is profit and statements, balance sheet. It gives the clear turnover, profit and gross profit loss, or loss or profit of my organization. Milestones. What is milestone? You see, these are the different steps in framing a business plan. If I started my business in January and the year ends on December, then what are the different stages I have gone through throughout the year, and that represents the milestones. What are the different stages for framing a business or for functioning a business? How many steps and how I incurred throughout the year is called milestone. These are the 9 steps which are very much useful for framing a business plan. While coming to the conclusion, do you think that these are just enough for framing a business plan? Yes, of course, these are enough. Because every organization has different structure, different rules, different regulations. We have to consider rules, regulations, and government policies before framing them. Therefore, when coming to the conclusion, I like to give one point. Because market keep on changing daily. We have to update to the market. We have to update our product, or we have to update our service. Therefore, we have keen and very extensive knowledge towards the particular product or service in the market, because market keep on changing daily. Therefore, we have to update ourselves, and we have to make a business plan according to changes in the market. That's the important point you have to be convinced. And thank you.
Yes,